Welcome to this week's episode of 60 Seconds with the Superintendent. Well, have you ever had that experience where you read a book, found a friend that read that same book and had great discussions and dialogue about it? Well, what would it be like if an entire school read the same book? Well, that's what's happening at Whitney Elementary School with their One School, One Book initiative. Let's take a look and learn more about it.
We read a book, Mouse and the Motorcycle, and it's about this mouse named Ralph who sees a motorcycle that he wants to ride it, and Keith, the owner of the motorcycle, lets him ride it, and Ralph loses the motorcycle, and then Keith forgives him and still brings him food for his family.
So the impetus behind the whole idea of One School, One Book came from when I attended a Scholastic Reading Summit in Chicago last summer, and then I was fortunate enough with a team of teachers here at Whitney to present at Ohio's first Reading Summit. And the idea is that the research shows that by age 6, families stop reading together. And so we wanted to engage families in the reading process and get them excited about reading and get students excited about reading. So the whole idea is, based on the research, students' love for reading plus their skills tend to develop more when they're reading aloud with families. It also lets families kind of see where their child is and reconnect them.
It was very fun because my dad, he got to read a little, and I don't really like to read out loud, but it made me like to read out loud more because I got to read out loud to my family.
When we originally started the book, we had a couple weeks where we were building a little bit of suspense with the kids. They knew this One School, One Book was coming. They didn't know what the title was going to be, so we put some clues up around the building. As they were walking through the hallways, they were waiting for the following clue the next day or the next couple of days and what it was going to be. Some of the older kids were catching on and making some predictions. Some of the younger kids weren't quite sure what it was. When we had our kickoff assembly, they were extremely excited to see some of the things that were going on, that they were really excited to see that truly was the title of the book. We revealed it and got them started on it.
My favorite part of the book was when Keith got a fever, but then Ralph brought him an aspirin that he found on the first floor.
The kids were really excited to read this book because they got to read it with their parents. And they got to snuggle on the couch, and it was a family opportunity, and the surveys showed that the families really enjoyed it too, the parents.
Me and my mom read it together.
Some of the older kids read to their younger brothers and sisters. Some of the younger kiddos that don't have a sibling were able to read it and have mom and dad listen, have mom and dad read it to them while they were listening to it.
Maddie, my 3-year-old little sister, she got to hear the part of the book where Ralph had to escape the vacuum, and then the next morning she was like, "Oh no, I gotta escape the vacuum cleaner." He was so cute.
If you got the questions right, you were able to pick from a chart like prizes.
We made all of our own prizes. Student Council funded the whole One School, One Book. And then we had the community give us prizes too. Dairy Queen gave us gift cards. Walmart gave us a gift card, or 20 gift cards actually. Taco Bell, BW3, and Mitchell's Ice Cream gave us gifts as well.
Being a reading teacher that kind of does intervention with the kids, it was nice to be able to have that common story that we could all talk about when they were coming into my classroom or when I would pass kids in the hallway, to be able to ask them what chapter were they on. It was nice to hear them excited to read the next chapter the following night.
And then when I did have kindergarten in or different classes, and I would ask them what was going on with Ralph, and they would get very animated and explain all of it to me, so the kindergartners loved the book too. So you have to find a book that goes from kindergarten to 5th grade, and they all seem to really enjoy it. So it was fun to see that excitement build, and the fact that they were all doing it and how much the community came together to help us too.
The survey results we've gotten back have been unanimously positive that families, while it was tough to do, were glad that they had a reason to sit down and read together. So we were very excited about the results.
I liked it because then you could ask someone what was their favorite part, and they might have the same connection as you.
So great things happen when you extend reading and learning beyond what's happening in school, but to our homes and our communities and our parents and our grandparents. And I want to say a special thank you to the staff at Whitney for bringing this to life. As always, thanks for watching, and go make it a great Mustang week.